Come. Thank you for being here. For this last yin practice that I'll offer online this year, I thought it would be nice to practice some gratitude, even though, here in the States, Thanksgiving is the big gratitude day, but I think that when we reflect on the past year and moving into a new year or towards a new year, it's always a good idea to just reflect on the things that we're grateful for. Also because gratitude, as you know, is such a powerful emotion, such a powerful feeling tone that really transcends any negativity. And so with that, let's start lying down today. You could lie down on a blanket if you like. Just making sure that your backside is warm. And then placing your feet a little bit wider than your hips so that your knees can lean together and the lower back is at ease. And your arms can rest by your sides or hands on your belly or your heart, whatever feels comfortable there. And take a nice deep breath in once you're settled. Exhale, let it go with a sigh. Just allowing yourself to sink into the ground. Just relaxing the soles of your feet. Your buttocks. Belly, relaxing your shoulders, your hands, allow the back of your head to rest heavy on the ground, relaxing your jaw, your tongue, the skin around your eyes. And just noticing how your breath is filling you up on the inhale. And how it's releasing tension as you exhale. And then consciously deepen your breath so that when you inhale, the belly expands like a balloon. And as you exhale, the belly empties completely. Inhaling for a count of 4, filling the belly. And exhaling for a count of 6. Completely letting go. So in for 4 and out for 6, completely relaxing the nervous system. Just a few more rounds. 4 in, 6 out. One more round. Returning to your natural breath. And then place one or both hands on your heart. And bringing to mind someone or something that you're grateful for. And rather than just keeping that in your mind, can you truly feel what that gratitude feels like in your body? What happens in your body when you think about this person or this thing? And then can you maintain this same feeling as you direct your attention to your own body? Can you feel, truly feel this same gratitude for your body with all the flaws and all the discomfort and all the beautiful things? Everything about your own body. Can you feel that same gratitude as your body truly is a miracle to be grateful for? And with that feeling of gratitude, really taking care of your body, also as a practice of loving kindness, to really take care of yourself. And take a nice deep breath in and let it go as you exhale. And then slowly release your arms by your sides and straighten out your legs. Reaching your arms up overhead. And then wiggle your shoulders and your head towards the left upper corner of your mat. Just making sure that you're still lying flat on both shoulder blades. You're just a little over to the left, and then carefully walk your legs over to the left as well, so you come into this half moon shape. You don't have to go very far with the legs, just however far it feels comfortable, and make sure that the back of your lower back, so both of the hips are still level on the ground as well. And then cross your left ankle over the right, so you're stabilizing the leg that is being lengthened out here. You could hold your you could hold your right wrist with your left hand, or you can have your hands apart. You could even bend the elbows a little more back by your sides if this is too intense for the shoulders. And then rather than turning your nose towards your left shoulder, let your left ear slide towards your left shoulder, so that nose and chin still point up to the ceiling. And so in this half moon pose, you're opening up the whole right side of your body, stimulating the gallbladder meridian and enhancing your capacity to breathe deeply as you're creating space between the intercostal muscles, or between the ribs, lengthening the intercostal muscles. So imagining that you would be creating lots of space with each breath in, and then solidifying that space with each breath out. If at any point your hands start to tingle, just bring your hands a little further down, bending your elbows. And then bring to mind someone else or something else that you're grateful for. Another person, another something. And once you visualize that in your mind's eye, again, can you really feel the gratitude in your body? Taking one more deep breath here. And then carefully bring your arms by your sides, uncross your legs, and then wriggle your head and shoulders back to center, and one leg at a time, maybe bending your knees, bring your legs back to center. And then you can keep your knees bent for a moment or stretch the legs out. Just noticing the difference between your right and your left side. And then bring your arms up overhead again. Carefully heel toe. If it were a foot, then you would heel toe your head and shoulders to the right. So a similar idea, but just lifting head, lifting shoulders one at a time. Bring your upper body to the right, and then carefully walk your heels towards the right as well. Just finding enough of a stretch, a sensation in the left side. Don't overdo it. Keeping the back of the shoulder blades, the back of your hips level on the floor, cross the right ankle over the left. And as your arms are overhead, you could hold the left wrist with the right hand if you like. Right shoulder and right ear close together rather than turning your chin and your nose. So chin and nose still pointing towards the ceiling. And see if you can allow the left hip and the left shoulder really to become heavy. And the left heel as well. So there are those 3 anchor points. Left shoulder, hip, and heel, and spaces in between are being lengthened. You're bringing to mind yet another person or thing that you're grateful for. And through the mind's eye, let that gratitude turn into a physical sensation, a real felt sense. Embodying that gratitude. And 2 more deep breaths here. And carefully and slowly bring your arms back by your sides, and you could press into your elbows to bring head and shoulders back, and bending your knees to find your legs back in line. Staying here for a moment with bent knees, or maybe draw the knees into your chest. And then if your knees are not into your chest yet, then bring your knees in towards your chest now, and then carefully roll to your left side. And once you're on your left side, pull the knees close towards your chest. Extend your arms out away from your chest at shoulder height. Palms are together. And then as you inhale, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling and all the way over to the floor behind you, opening the chest towards the ceiling, your nose and chin facing towards the ceiling. And the right shoulder is now probably not on the floor. And so it's a nice opening for the right shoulder and the right side of the chest. If this is too intense for the right shoulder, then slide a little cushion or blanket under your shoulder for some support. And if this is in any way too intense for the lower back, then place something between your knees. Belly soft. Knees are falling towards the left as the right shoulder releases down towards the right side. It's a little bit of a different way to get into a twist. It has a slightly different effect, as you can probably feel. Just more of an emphasis on the opening of the chest, but at the same time still targeting the side of the body to get into that gallbladder meridian. And then bringing to mind another person or thing. And of course, it could also be a pet that you're grateful for. Allowing that thought to embody, to be embodied as a felt sense. What does it feel like when you think of this person or this thing, this pet? Take a nice deep breath in. Let it go with a sigh. And then slide your right foot a little towards the right so the foot comes on the floor. You can bring the right knee up, and with the left foot on the floor, bring the left knee up. Just resting on your back, bringing arms by your sides. You could straighten your legs if you like. Again, just a moment to notice the difference between your right and left side. And then bring your knees in towards your chest again. And carefully roll towards your right side. Pulling your knees in towards your chest and arms extend out and away from your chest. That shoulder height, palms are together. And then you reach the left arm up towards the ceiling and all the way over to the left until it reaches down onto the floor. Your chest opens, the chin and nose pointing towards the ceiling. And also on this side, be mindful if this is too much for the left shoulder, find some support to slide underneath, or some support between your knees to help the lower back. Belly soft. So after having brought to mind the more obvious people or things that you're grateful for, as you continue this practice, you may get to appreciate people or things that are perhaps a little less obvious, but are still important, and to be thankful for. So bring yet again someone, something to mind that you're thankful for. And making it even more powerful to not only let that be a thought, but a real feeling. And one more deep breath here. And slide your left foot a little to the left until it comes on the floor and left knee comes up. And with the right foot on the floor, bring your right knee up. Hips come back to center, arms by your sides. And you can stay with your knees bent, straighten the legs or pull them into your chest, whatever feels good. Just noticing how your body feels right now, not only from the postures you've been in, but also from practicing gratitude. And then as you bend your knees, carefully roll to your side just to come up for a moment to rearrange your blanket. And so take your blanket and fold it short side to short side, and then roll it up from the short side. So you have a nice thick, short roll. If you have a bolster, you could use that instead. And then you'll lie down on the blanket or your bolster just with the upper back, so the edge is going to be right under the tips of your shoulder blades, so the lower back is free. Make sure your head is on it. Feet together, knees apart in butterfly, and shoulders sliding off either side of the bolster or blanket, arms away from the body, palms facing up. So after these asymmetrical poses, now a more symmetrical one. To open the chest and shoulders further, and also the hips. So really letting the body get heavy here. Softening the belly. relaxing your jaw, your tongue, your entire face, your eyes. Allowing the hips to release. Bringing to mind, once again, someone or something you're grateful for. Someone else, something new. Where in your body can you feel that gratitude for this person or this thing? And when I'm saying thing, I'm just referring to anything that is not another person, but it doesn't have to be something material. It could be a part of your body, it could be a being that's in the spirit world or someone who passed. So be creative with where your gratitude goes to. And take a nice deep breath in and let it go with a sigh. And carefully bring your right knee over towards your left, carefully sliding onto your left side, moving the blanket out of your way. And then lying flat on your back, extending your legs. Just checking in and see how your body feels right now. And then bend your knees, roll to your side, and carefully come onto your hands and knees, placing a blanket under your knees for some softness there. And just really slowly and carefully, when you're ready, as you inhale, lift your tailbone, arch your back, slide your shoulder blades together, lifting the chin just slightly. And as you exhale, tailbone draws down, your belly button lifts, the shoulder blades slide apart, your crown reaches towards the ground. Just a very slow movement of the spine. Just arching and rounding your back. Just moving slowly, slowly. And then one more. Exhaling when you round. And then coming to a neutral spine. Keeping your knees where they are, your hips stay straight over your knees, and walk your hands out, allowing your chest to come down towards the floor. And either your chin or your forehead is on the floor here. Feel free to use a support under your chest, so you can slide a cushion or a folded blanket under your chest if you need. Your arms don't have to be straight, you can bend your elbows. Just make sure that your weight stays in your legs, so the hips stay straight over the knees, allowing the heart to melt towards the floor. Belly soft. Really allowing the back of the heart to melt. And see if you can even find a little space in your hip creases here. Just drawing down energetically away from your shoulders. And we'll be here just a little longer, not that much longer, but bringing to mind another thing, person to be grateful for. And letting that thought transform into a feeling of thankfulness.
And take 2 more deep breaths here. See if you can breathe into the back of your heart. And then very carefully let your hips come down towards your heels into a child's pose. And you can bring your hands towards your feet. Let your head rest on the floor. And as you bring your hands under your shoulders, carefully roll up slowly, slowly. If you can, just sit on your heels for a moment. Otherwise, just sit in any way that you can. Just a moment upright. Maybe taking a couple deep breaths and noticing that there is more space to breathe now in the upper body. If your eyes are closed, slowly open your eyes and then take your blanket to an empty wall space. And we're gonna lie down. You're gonna lie on your back with your buttocks against the wall. Your legs against the wall, and then the legs will widen into a dragonfly pose. So getting into the shape easiest when you start lying on your side with your buttocks against the wall. And then you roll onto your back as your legs come up the wall. And once they're there, you can open your legs as wide as they go, without forcing anything. And if it feels too intense to let the legs come out wide, then you can slide blocks underneath your legs, between the leg and the floor to support so that they don't widen any further. But just so that you can actually relax the legs, so you feel like you can let them go. And you don't have to engage the legs to hold them in place. And since the shoulders and chest are already nice and open, you could bring the arms wide apart away from your body, or maybe even up overhead, whatever feels good here. Just to keep that space. And so as you allow the backside of your body to get heavy, allow the legs to just be held by gravity. This shape, such a great pose to support the kidneys, liver, and spleen. As those meridians run through the inner leg line. And perhaps it's becoming a little more difficult at this point, but still bring to mind someone or something that you're grateful for. Doesn't always have to be someone majorly important or some huge thing. It could be just a person who's checking you out in the grocery store, or the mailman that brings your newspaper or your mail, or just the fact that you have the means to do this practice right now. And as you're embodying this thankfulness, can you feel the release of the legs? And take a nice deep breath in and let it go as you exhale. And then slowly bring your hands to the back of your knees to help your knees to bend, placing your feet against the wall, knees still bent. And then slowly extend your legs up the wall. They can be about hip distance apart or a little slightly wider or slightly closer. Just letting it be very easy. The knees are loose, so you don't actively straighten the legs. And again, finding a comfortable position for your arms here. They can be wide out to keep the chest open, or maybe at this point you'd like to place your hands on your belly or your heart.
Slowly take 2 deep breaths. And walk your heels down the wall, bending your knees. And carefully, slowly roll to your left side. And then very slowly come up to sit. Folding your blanket perhaps to sit on, or sit on a cushion. And once you're upright, just close your eyes again or lower your gaze. And we'll sit a few minutes in silence together. Just noticing the effects of your practice, noticing the effects of embodying gratitude. So there is nothing you need to do. Just sitting with whatever is present right now. And slowly deepen your breath. Deep breath in. And let it go with a sigh. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart and bow your head. It's this gesture of gratitude towards yourself. And also as a gesture of offering the benefits of our practice to all beings. And I am grateful for you, and thank you for joining me here today.